gonna do a mid bald fade on Corey's hair, and then we're just gonna leave some length on the top. I'm just gonna go ahead and start kind of sectioning the top away from the sides. And then I'm gonna go in with my wall magic clips, and I'm gonna start with that 3 guard. We're just gonna take all the bulk off the sides with that 3. And I'm bringing this 3 all the way up to about an inch away from the part line. And I'm leaving just a little bit of a ledge that I'll scissor in as the haircut goes on. And then I'm scooping out a good inch and a half of hair. I don't want to do too much at once because it might pull on it. So still just doing those small kind of strokes, pulling it up, pulling some of that hair out. Just really debulking all this hair. If you go too fast and just try and mow through all of it, it's gonna get caught. It could cause the client a little bit of discomfort. This hair again, section it off. Right here, I'm just kind of parting it where the cowlick wants to part. All right, well, we've got the 3 all over. We're gonna go in and set the line for the bald. Still going in magic clips, and we're gonna go about midway with them. Slightly drop it just a little bit in the back. Just checking these lines in the mirror, make sure we're good and even. When we're going around the ear, you want to be very careful. That skin be a lot more tender. Bringing that clipper in, pulling the ear down, just meeting those 2 lines.
How important is it to get the first line even?
It definitely makes things easier as it goes along. I mean, you can always pick it up and move it around. It's not the end of the haircut if it's a little off. But it does make it easier. You can just kind of fade without having to check it a bunch of times. You just know it's good. All right, and I'm gonna follow up with a trimmer and bring that down a little bit more. I've got my Style Crafter sabers, and I'm gonna bring these up so just about a ½ inch below that line. And the trimmers are gonna allow me to really get in tight on around those ears. Very gentle, taking your time. And I am creating a line with these trimmers, but I'm also trying to fade it out in the same moment so I don't have to come back through later and add that. Just kind of bringing it up at ½ an inch and then starting to flick it as I get into that ½ an inch below the line territory. All right, done with those. Go in with the wall finales. 5 stars, my electric shavers. So with my electric shaver, I always like to go down first and then kind of go up. Like, I feel like there's just less pull, there's less of a grab. So it's got to be more comfortable for the client. I feel like if you ask them, they're probably going to tell you it's fine either way. But it's just the way that I like to do it. So still sticking, I've already got my ½ an inch line below there. That's my trimmer line, so I want it just a little bit, like a ½ inch below that trimmer line. Down with it. And go up with it. And tap it just a little bit, because you could just go down with it. But it's not gonna get it all. Like, it's still, you can still feel a little bit of hair grabbing. And then when you flip it around, it really gets in there. You can see I'm like doing this little tapping motion on that line where it's kind of meeting where the trimmer line is, and you can't really see it changing a lot. Like, it's such a faint difference, but adding that extra step is really going to help the grow out process be super smooth. You know, Cora's hair is so, it's light, you know, it's got that reddish tint to it, but especially when it's shorter and your blondes, it's another big one. Like, it's going to be really hard to see that line, but taking this extra step to ensure like a good fade, you're really gonna notice it on the grow out too. camera, like it could be a little confusing because when you see here, it looks like I'm almost bringing it up to that 1/2 inch line, but my blade actually starts just a little bit lower than that too. So it's really important to know your tools and like where that line's gonna start. So even though in the camera it looks like I'm pointing it to about right here, the line's actually starting just a little bit below it because of the way it's structured. All right, we've got our bald line in, got our 3. Now we just need to blend our 3 down to our bald. So we'll start with 2, 1, half, all that. And we'll get it looking good. So I'm gonna skip back to my 2 and go in with my wall 2 guard, back on that magic clip. And at this point in the haircut too, I'm also gonna start to bring that fade in. So I'm gonna go down to the bottom. I usually like to start my beard fades, you know, when I'm just fading the sideburn in, bottom of the ear. And if you can remember to do it at the same time that that guard's on your tool, that's gonna save you time. And bringing it up just under where that 3 was brought to. Brushing all those long hairs in. I don't want to accidentally catch one of them with my guard. You could also use clips or water products, something to kind of pin it down, but also one less tool you got to dirty if you can just be careful of it. All right, now I'm going to pop down to my 1. Got the magic clips, 1 guard still, and then you can kind of visualize what a fade needs to be here. So we've got 2 and we've got bald. So we know we need a 1 1/2, a 1, a 1/2, and a 0 in there. So you could do just like a 1/2 inch per. That's 4 guards. Break it up into segments, and you know you got your fade. And then I'm gonna go in with the 1, so I'll start about middle. And we'll go about 1/2 inch up. Just a second and get some of this hair off of him. We've got our 1 line set. I'm gonna keep my 1 guard on. I'm just gonna open the clipper guard, pop it up to a 1 1/2. Same thing, just a little bit higher on the hair, a little bit lower on the sideburn. And we're gonna pop to our clipper guard, just open. Call that a 1/2. Down, the sideburn. Your sideburn hairs, you know, maybe a little bit coarser and stuck too, so bringing it to the side to really ensure that they all get down to that 1/2 guard length. And then just bringing it up a little bit on the fade. I don't want to bring it too high into that 1. We are working with a smaller area, really just kind of flicking those pieces in. And then still a little bit there. We're going to come back with a 1/2 guard and clean it up some more. In the back here, we've got a little bit more room to work with, so I'll bring it in a little bit more. All right, now I pull it down and it's just kind of, it's not directly in the middle, but it's just a little bit more than a 0. I'm just gonna kind of touch up little pieces I see. Doesn't need much, so like around this especially. I'm gonna try and push it up as little as I can. I'm probably gonna hit it again with the trimmer. And bald fades, they can be intimidating, but they really don't have to be. The hardest thing about a bald fade is just the extra time that it takes. It's not that it's hard, it's just extra time. And you gotta have that eye for those little tiny pieces, because if you know, you're risking a bad grow out if you don't get it done. That's definitely the hardest thing about a bald fade is the time it takes. All right. We're gonna go in with the half guards, blending guard. I really like this guard. It really can do a lot. And you can like, I don't know, you can almost go up into spaces that you couldn't with like another guard. Maybe it's like the rounded tips on it. I don't really understand it, but the 1/2 guard can really make everything look so good.
Yes, it's the magic guard. I call it the magic guard.
That's right. Alright, Corey, that fade's looking pretty good. I'm gonna edge it up just a little bit more with the trimmers. Alright, we're just going in with these scissors, cleaning up some of these hairs that the 3 left behind, especially on that cowlick. All those pieces nice and short. You said you want to keep most of the length on top, huh? Gonna trim the length up just a little bit. How are you looking? Let me know if you want to change anything. Paint with the beard too.